Beloved heart, I invite you to sign up to my mailing list, and as a result of signing up, you will get a free gift. It's a 5D rebalance tune up of all these chakras, and chakras are my specialty. So I would love to gift you with this transmission that is filled with light language and codes to help you stay balanced and tuned up during these increased frequencies of energy of this ascension, this new earth frequency. So check out the links in the notes of this show. And I look forward to connecting with you. I am sending you love. This is the transfiguration of the new you. Hello, beloved heart. I'm Monica Bermudez. I'm your host for this podcast, Ascended Earth. And I have a message for you in regards to what I've been feeling the most lately. So the body, as a portal, how Earth's rising vibration shows up in our cells, that we are really moving into this quantum space of like energy, plasma light codes is what I'm getting. So today we're going to dive into something that many have been talking about, and those strange, sometimes unsettling, like physical and emotional sensations that many have been experiencing lately. And there's been like tingling in your limbs or unexplained fatigue, extreme fatigue, emotional waves that come out of nowhere. So what's really going on here, right? With all these energies, and then there's a rise in like certain pains in our shoulder, especially, or even like in some areas of our joints. Um, so what's happening is that a lot of the Schumann resonance, um, the spike in the energy does impact our health. So it just amplifies certain areas that, have been going through, certain cycles of health, or it may be just also like an emotional release that is also occurring in specific parts of the body itself. It's because this is all coming into the cell. So the more light codes that we receive, when it's a plasma light codes, I mean, these are like much faster pulsating frequencies of energy. We're going to feel certain sensations in our physical body, and as well as like emotional stuff that's being released. And sometimes emotional release could come through certain physical symptoms, like certain muscle pain or joint pain, or high blood pressure, um, all sorts of things. And even like not being able to sleep well, just waking up like, um, waking up in the middle of the night, or not being able to, it's like what I call it, a sleep disruption. And and sometimes, you may feel like an extreme fatigue because there's so much that's being integrated in the cells. So when the cells are doing so much work, it could also produce some of that extreme fatigue. So if you are experiencing some of this right now, you're not alone, because I've also been experiencing, what I've been experiencing the most has been sleep disruption, um, maybe like a couple of nights now. Because this week in particular, I'm recording this on November 2nd, 2025. So we're kicking off a whole new month. And the Schumann resonance was the last week of October, wasn't extremely in a higher, intense energy of spiked energy, as the chart was showing that, because of the extreme white area in the space, which is an indication. When it's a white color, that means that the energy is really moving at a much higher intensity, faster pulsating energy. We are energy, we are electromagnetic. So the earth is also electromagnetic. So we are intertwined this way, together. We're going through this ascension together. So this is, what is really meant by ascension. And of course, it has some scientific, evidence in that, which is the Schumann resonance, the chart, which I've been looking at every single day. And I also get notifications when it is in a very high alert frequency of energy. And in particular, though, this weekend, it did spike significantly more on Saturday and today. And the chart shows that itself. And there's also been a lot of solar activity, like reaching solar maximum. And those last couple days in October were very significant for that. So there's been more people, like, especially those who are already like in, certain like health condition, may experience even more like dizziness or, feeling like unable to, stand straight. And sometimes, there's people who have fallen because of that. And now that we're, fast approaching this supermoon full moon, which is in Taurus for this first week of November, I feel like the Schumann resonance is also picking up some of that energy. And the Schumann resonance, for those who don't know, is the heartbeat of Earth. So the heartbeat of Earth is normally at like 7.83 hertz. At least that's how it was measured in, normal cases. But recently, the pulsation of that heartbeat frequency has been moving a lot faster. And when things move a lot faster in the frequency, that means that it's going to rattle our nervous system as well. And it's going to also release other areas that no longer serve. So it feels like things are chaotic because it's the light shines the truth and the things that are meant to be exposed. So any corruption that, may, be hidden won't be hidden for long. It will eventually resurface. And it gets resurfaced, right, for a great awakening, which in a great awakening reaches, for healing, but also like an integration, because the shadow aspect is a big part of our light. That's why we're here, is to transmute and to transcend the shadow and being able to attain our mastery that way as well. So manipulating the energy, but in a good way, and learning how to do that as light masters. So if you've been experiencing all these symptoms, right, that I just shared some of them, it could vary. Some of them are headaches and all this other like pressure in the head. You're not alone. In fact, these sensations are becoming more common as Earth's energetic vibration continues to rise. And your body is acting like a powerful portal and messenger for this profound shift. And I feel like it's going to continue into 2026 and 2027, maybe for another 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5 years. And I think it may be longer because of, we're going through like a collective stage, but also an individual stage of like completing a lot of cycles that we've accumulated through many lifetimes as humans in different roles, different timelines, as well as, certain things, stories and beliefs in relation to our ancestry as well. So right now we're living through a huge energetic awakening, a collective upgrade that is impacting every living thing on this planet. And it's not just humans, but it's also like the animals are also experiencing this too. I feel like the trees, specifically, they're also starting to, they've always been communicating, I would say, but because of our rise in frequency and vibration, we're starting to sense them more and having that connection with them. And they certainly want to help us a lot more and unite with us a lot more, as it was always in ancient times. Scientists and spiritual teachers alike are noticing that this Earth's, frequency, the electromagnetic pulses and the Schumann resonance, even the solar activity is increasing significantly even more. The rising vibration means that everything on Earth, including us, is being recalibrated. Unlock your limitless potential with the monthly multiversal circle of creation. This sacred quantum manifestation ritual will awaken your inner power and connect you to the successful versions of yourself across the multiverse. Clear blocks, amplify your creative energy, and set powerful intentions for abundance, love, and possibilities. Activate your galactic aspects, recalibrate your nervous system, and manifest your dreams with cosmic clarity. Available in person and via Zoom. Join us for this transformative experience today. So in order, as part of this recalibration, there is this disintegration, but only to be reintegrated. So it is like an alchemical process. Because in the alchemical process, there is a part that gets disintegrated, and that is, looking at all the shadow aspects as well as the light, only to reintegrate it back into like this new version that is a more resilient version of self. And your body is not just a physical vessel, it's an energy field. It's a living antenna receiving and processing these cosmic and earthly shifts. So, how this shows up, so what does this mean to us physically? Your cells are highly sensitive and responsive. As the Earth's vibration increases, your cells start to realign, shedding old energetic patterns that no longer serve your highest good. And this could trigger tingling or buzzing sensations, ringing in the ear, your nervous system picking up new frequencies, um, the fatigue or waves of exhaustion, your body's way of detoxing and integrating the new energy. Emotional surges, sudden tears and anxiety or joy as your energetic body releases stored emotions. And, especially if you've had, like, say, a lot of trauma or PTSD in this lifetime, and some of, what gets experienced in this lifetime is nothing new that may have happened in previous lifetimes. The physical symptoms like heart flutters, muscle twitches, and dizziness is a sign that you're nervous and energetic systems are shifting to match the new vibration, which are these plasma light codes. And really, we're reintegrating with our light body, and it's almost like our light body version of us is re-emerging and rebirthing within us. And yeah, it could be uncomfortable because when you get these higher frequency doesn't mean that everything is perfect and peachy. Yeah, this is how, getting into like heaven on earth, I would say it could be like a little bit uncomfortable, at times when, especially when we have to like really look at our shadow aspects and see the reflections as to where it is that there's certain things that um, need to come to the surface for us to like really look at it, to heal, and to integrate it. And remember, these are not random symptoms, but a sign of transformation happening at the deepest level. So one reason this topic is, so important right now, that so many are, talking about it. So many people feel isolated or scared by these experiences, and they wonder, am I sick? Is something wrong with me? And what you're going through is valid and part of the awakening process. Grounding is essential. It's a must. It's no longer an optional thing that you do, here and there. It has to be done every single day in whatever way it is for you. The fastest way, of course, is placing your bare feet on the ground. So, simple practices like mindful breathing, spending time in nature, and gentle movement help your body integrate these energies with more ease. So, here are a few practical ways to honor your body as it serves as your portal during this time. And I remind myself of these things too, and that is to hydrate deeply. Water helps flush energetic and physical toxins. Rest without guilt. Honor the fatigue. Your body is working hard. Move gently, like doing yoga, walking, or stretching to help the energy flow. And practice energetic boundaries. So shield yourself from overwhelm. If you can't be somewhere or meet with someone, then really listen to your body, listen to yourself and what is asking for at this time. Tune into your body, journal or meditate on what your body is trying to tell you, or just spend time reflecting on what it is that is asking at this time. Your body is your greatest ally on this awakening journey. It holds the wisdom of the cosmos within each cell, helping you embody the higher frequencies that Earth is rising into. If you've been feeling these shifts, know you're exactly where you're meant to be, evolving, expanding, and becoming more aligned with your highest self. So thank you for being a part of this collective awakening. I know it's not said much, but knowing that, we are all in this, and I am in this with you too. So you're not alone in what you're experiencing and feeling. 2025, I mean, for me, has been personally very challenging, and I've been really digging in deeper into other shadow aspects of, certain beliefs. I've had moments of time collapse where I became aware of a story that I decided I didn't want to choose that story. I didn't want to be in that story vibration, and really just reframe my way of thinking and looking at it. And so that's really where all of this is, as we're shedding these other areas of us, these old versions of ourselves, which are, old stories that um, may have served its purpose when it did, but where we're heading, where, not saying that there's a destination, but where our new version is going, in this journey that we find ourselves in the human experience, is that we become like a transcendence and a transmutation of the shadow aspects to become our own light masters. We become the avatars by, being more mindful in these practices, by being more aware of where we're focusing our energy, and not really falling into traps of distractions from other sources. So just pay attention to what is distracting you from yourself, from your own divinity, from really working on yourself and really stepping into that new version of yourself that it may feel, uncomfortable, because especially if you're going through an abrupt change, right? If you feel like the carpet's been pulled from under you, an extreme loss that comes out of nowhere, these are not things that just happen by chance or coincidence. And those who do go through that is because you hold a greater light within yourself. And that light is that mastery, the light mastery that you already are. So embrace who you are at the core essence of your soul in your heart, and know that you also have so much energetic support from your guides of love and light. So until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and keep listening to your body's sacred messages. I will catch you in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to click like, save, and share with others so they can also experience what you just experienced. And stay tuned for some more high vibe episodes. And I'll be connecting with you in the next quantum field. Sending you so much love.